How's it going?
Hi.
And welcome to your favorite morning show podcast, the super early morning show. And it is super early for most podcasts. I'm sure we're the only podcast in existence that records at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I doubt it. There's like millions and millions
You think?
of them. Yeah.
You think there's idiots up this early besides us?
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's not like it's done live. It's...
Well, I know. I realize that, but...
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who do it early in the morning. Everyone has a podcast now.
Yeah. Including us. Because, well, you obviously knew that already because...
You're listening to it.
We're like on season 4 of... Yeah, 1 million episodes.
All right.
But yeah, we don't really talk about much here. Just whatever we want to. We try to keep it lighthearted. Not too serious. No politics. No stuff that you're not supposed to talk about.
Stuff that I have no
interest in.
No, I enjoy politics, but I can't. I don't know enough about it to make any type of educated.
Yeah, I just read headlines and that's
statement. It. I don't even do that. I mean, a lot of it is podcast.
Podcast. See how many times we say podcast this episode.
Take a shot.
Why did my voice just change? They're coming.
All right.
They did declassify a bunch of stuff about aliens, didn't they?
I thought they were supposed to part of the Green New Deal.
What does aliens have to do with the Green New Deal?
There's a lot that has nothing. Well, that's the thing that's messed up is like when they push through a bill, it's half the time
hidden stuff.
Yeah, and you can't pick it apart and take what you want. It's like you either take all of it or you take nothing. So. You know, I could have a bunch of good stuff, but a bunch of crap in it.
And here we are, talking about politics.
Yeah, okay, we'll stop. All right. So I came up with some stuff last night.
All right, great, because I didn't come up with anything.
I mean, I'd like to change the podcast up to more, instead of us just rambling about questions, but I really don't know where to go. Because, like, a lot of the podcasts I like, car-wise, is tech. But we can't answer tech questions.
No.
And we're not going to get...
Could you imagine?
It would be terrible. Yeah. And it's way too early in the morning to try to call someone and, you know, ask them questions. Maybe if we did one, like, later in the evening.
Yeah. Do it live.
Just trying to think of something more car-oriented. I know Donut Media, they do one. Pass Gas. It's about cars. It's not about farts. That's in their little theme song. And they pick, like, different car moments in history and talk about it. And I was like, I have zero interest in that. So, still working on it. We'll probably change it up in the next year.
This will be episode 5 of season 4. So, that'd be season 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some point when I figure out what I want to do. If you have any ideas, you know who to tell.
Yeah.
All right. So, I just came up with a couple different questions and stuff last night. So, I know how much you hate electric cars.
Yeah. I'm just tired of talking about them.
What about, like, electrically assisted cars? So, like, you have some supercars that'll have a gas engine, and then they'll also have, electric motors.
Yeah.
Are you as opposed to those? So, like, if you had a device in G-Pop, you're having lag issues.
Yes.
So, if you had something else, like, say, 2 little electric motors at the front wheels,
that
would start until the turbo picked up, would you be as opposed to that?
Probably not.
So it's just the idea of all electric?
Yeah, I think it's just the hype around it. Like, it's the, the political side of it. But.
Not the performance side of it.
No.
So if you could take the politics out of it,
yeah,
and you just have like the the Tesla, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they're working on a new one. You're not opposed to that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a politics. It's what everybody like thinks about it. Like, oh, they're better for the environment. Blah 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 blah. Not really, but we're not gonna get into that. It's just the contradictive ignorance about it.
Yeah.
That's what makes me like
crazy in the
roll
face.
my eyes and like don't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
And like and because again, more political side of it, what they're gonna do if they, do this Green New Deal or whatever with the, taxing people to have gas powered cars and whatnot. It's just like, how do you do that? You can't do that. Go away.
Well, they can.
I know they can, but that's, yeah. If it's causing that much, I don't even know what to say. I don't want anything to do with it.
No, they do. There is, I don't know if there's more than one company or not. I don't even know the name of the company. I've just seen an ad for it. And it was an electric motor that fits into your existing motor mounts. It was GM based, so if you had an LS vehicle, you could take the LS out and put a EV in place of it.
I don't think I could bring myself to do that.
Really?
Take the American out of the LS, put an electric motor in there. I just couldn't do that. Like, it's just like sacrilegious. Could you?
Yeah.
You
I have no
hippie.
I have no like love. I don't hate the LS, but I'm not like an LS fanboy. I mean, I'm not even a Jay-Z fanboy.
What's your favorite motor ever?
Favorite motor ever? I don't think I have one specific one.
Well, just one that pops in your head. One that that would take a lot for you to part with.
I don't think I have one.
So, Jay-Z.
Like I was saying before, I've never like the big appealing factor, especially with the Supra 4 of the Jay-Z, is just the availability of parts. And yeah, they are that much more reliable than an M motor. But that's it. Like,
right. If you have a big block 454 high compression mountain motor,
would I change it out for an EV?
If they forced you to,
I would. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal.
Really?
Yeah. Because the EVs are just like instant torque. Like, it's all there.
You're looking at it as a performance standpoint more than a. I just had the word in my head and I lost it.
Sentimental.
Principle.
What principle?
It's what America's built on, fossil fuels, and they're taking it away from us.
Steam engines were first.
Shut up.
Okay. Wow, so violent.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to. I'm not attached. I'd love to build.
The internal combustion engine, to me, is one of the greatest inventions ever. So,
and I won't disagree with that, but at the same time, I'm not against improving. And everything is being pushed towards electric motors.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I
just have to apologize for the snots this morning. I don't know what's going on.
Rona.
No, it's just a little booger in there. Save it for after the show, I guess.
Yeah, just make us suffer through it before that. All right.
I think that's the most conversating we've ever had on this show.
Probably. So if you could go back and you could do one thing differently with G-Pop's motor, what would it be? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be I would have built so-and-so versus... would it be a swap? Because that's probably...
No.
I don't know. That's kind of... I probably would have swapped it.
Your car?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Not even necessarily because I hate the 7M, which depends on the day I do. Just the availability of parts drives me up the wall. Like I think part of my miss was coil packs.
Yeah.
So
that was if you watched our normal Sunday video last week, we took it out and made some pulls, and towards the end of the video, it started missing. Just to fill you in.
My coil packs had hairline cracks all over them, and just go buy some new coil packs, and you can for like $100 a pop. I need 3 of them.
3 of them, because there's 2 each on it. Yeah.
And $300 for coil packs, but at the same time, it's not like a bigger.
You can't just go
brand.
to the junkyard to find.
It's hard to find parts for it. And you see it all the time on the Facebook groups, people looking for stuff that's just hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's not getting easier. Toyota was supposed to do the Heritage program.
They lied.
They did. I mean, I understand it takes time to retool, but they're like all this hype build up for the Mark V, and then all of a sudden the Mark V comes out and it just like, woo,
they just kind of threw that in there as like an added bonus. But just to boost sales of the Mark V, I guess.
Probably, but I don't. It's just hard to find parts for it. I mean, a good non-cracked dash anyway shouldn't take away from. I probably would have swapped the motor.
Yeah.
First off, just due to availability of parts, and I don't even think I would have done a JZ because JZs are getting hard to find.
Yeah.
If you can find a rear sump oil pan, you're spending like $300 or $400 on it. Jeez. Just for an oil pan. I mean, that would be more than the motor would at the junkyard.
Yeah. The way I feel about the G54 now, in the past couple days, I edited a video last night. So this is Sunday morning. I edited a video last night, Saturday night. I drove the car to work a few days, and it's just like, I don't know if it's the motor or the tune or whatever, but at this point in time, right now, yeah, I probably would have swapped it. But then, as I was doing it, I probably would have done more for flow restriction.
Flow restriction?
Yeah, the heads, they don't flow too well. So I probably would have ported the head.
Oh, had them opened up.
Yeah, I probably would have ported all the exhaust manifold and the adapter flange to make it all flow nice. And if I had the money, I would have went MPI. But
so that would be the big thing,
yeah.
Is if you could go back and redo it, you would have gone MPI.
I would have found some more money. Yeah, but I can see why people swap them. Hashtag save G54B.
What's your next big mod in mind?
I don't know.
Big one, not necessarily like I'm going to change spark plugs. Like, it doesn't even have to be something you plan on doing in the next month or two.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd have to do it either way if I. So the throttle body injection setup on those cars are just garbage.
Okay.
I tried to make it work, but it's just what it is. What it is, you know. So next big thing I would like to do is, it would take a lot of time and money, is multi-port swap it. See, this is the stages of the G54B. You get a Conquest or whatever, and you put a different turbo on it and a manual boost controller. And you're like, oh, this is great. And then you build it.
Okay.
And that's, oh, this is great. And then you multi-port swap it. And
Okay.
It's like, holy crap, this is awesome. You can get 400 horsepower out of it. And then it breaks. And then you swap it.
Okay.
That's the stages of voting a G54B. So I'm on stage, 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So after I multi-port swap it,
Then
it gets
motor swapped.
swapped for an electric motor. Because by the time I can afford the multi-port swap it, they'll be forcing electric motors in vehicles.
Which is funny because it's the same steps for a 7M. It's like get 7M, do basic bolt-ons, head gasket blows, fix head gasket, drive it a little bit more, get rod knock, pull it out, put a JZ in it, and then sell it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
So I'm stage 3. Built motor, and I only make 200 horsepower.
Yeah, but
Isn't that crazy? Like, I did all that work.
But your biggest holding back factor is the TBI,
Yeah.
or even the factory
it's just a
ECU.
tune. It's something, because, I don't know. It's just,
I don't know. It almost seems like you have found the limit of what the MAF translator AFC can do.
but there's plenty of people with them making, like, the guy I bought the car from, all he had was a MAF translator.
Yeah.
He had built motor, he had cam, he had bigger injectors,
Okay.
and a GT30.
Okay.
And he made 342 horsepower at 15 pounds of boost.
Okay.
I have basically the same setup minus the cam. Turbo might be a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not making that. I'd be amazed if I had 200 wheel horsepower.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we just need to spend a day to tune G-pop?
I don't know.
Or
It's just like nothing seems to be giving me an advantage, I guess. Like nothing seems to be working. Like I make a change and it just doesn't do anything. Or it might do something, but it's not drastic enough to make a difference.
Oh, in tuning?
Yeah.
So the other night you said that it was fine in third gear. Like the AFRs were fine in third gear.
It would get.
And
I wasn't watching the RPMs. I was watching the AFRs.
okay.
And before, they started creeping up to like 12.8, and I would let out.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I just so happened to look up at the RPM, and it was only at like 4,500. So
Okay.
I still have 15 more hundred RPM,
And you're leaning out.
and I'm leaning, and I can't use it.
I thought you said the AFRs were good.
Well, I lied.
Oh, okay. Because I remember when I talked to you and you said it was good.
Yeah.
Like the AFRs were good until
In the video I did
first gear.
last night,
Yeah.
I did a 60 mile per hour to 100. I sent you the slip, and
Yeah, I remember.
as soon as I got to 100, it lean popped again, went lean, and it backfired. So I don't know if I'm just pushing
And it makes no difference if you.
I've added all the fuel I can add up top.
I wonder if you're out of pump.
I've added 50%.
I wonder if you're out of pump. Like your board just tired pump. Just can't move anymore.
I don't know.
Because you said you've had the car 7 years and it's been the same fuel pump. So who knows how long the previous owner had that fuel pump in there.
Yeah.
And you found your problem with the fuel pressure regulator.
I don't know when that happened because I was watching the video that I edited
Yeah.
last night, and I was looking at the line, and it was on there. So it must have happened on my way home from work one day.
Okay.
The Wednesday, I think I drove it.
All right.
So it happened on my way home from work Wednesday, because it was on there leaving, going to work. Could have happened on the way to work too. I don't know. I didn't pop the hood when I got there or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could be. I may have the boost controller turned up too much, because a lot of people say with the GM MAF, like 18 pounds is as much as it'll flow, I guess. And I'm.
But on what turbo?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on. I think it's more than 20. The boost gauge only goes to 20, and it goes a little bit past it. So
You're probably fucking
I probably got like
30.
yeah,
Donuts
30,
gullet.
and it's just taking forever to spool it. And it's just like in the video as well. I know I'm keep talking about this video, but there's a point in the video where I floored it. I think it was in third or fourth gear. I don't remember, but it was like 10 seconds almost before it hit full boost.
Sounds like you have a nasty
I don't know.
boost leak somewhere.
I don't know. Getting fed up.
Because it doesn't take, like, that turbo is not that big.
No, that's
like,
what I'm
you
saying.
should
That's what I
have
say in the
no
video.
issue. No issues. Okay, let's stop talking about that video.
Go watch it.
I haven't even
Because
seen
if
it.
I don't
It's like-
delete this footage, this will be out after the video.
All right, it's on the way, so we might as well mention it. And we've only got a couple minutes left. We have a turbo sponsorship.
Ooh.
Max Speeding Rods is sending us a T70 that I'm going to compare it to the factory CT26, the T70, and the GT45 on the 7M.
Yeah. I do have to say, I'm very impressed with that CT26. That tired old CT26 hits so much harder than the 35 did.
And the 30, you can't. Like, the 35 was...
Top end only.
No, it was... It could have been blown from the... I mean, like, who knows when it started. It got that really nasty shaft play in it. Like, maybe I should rebuild it and throw it in the mix, too.
Yeah, but you got that nice hole in it, don't you?
What?
Or you would use the external wastegate.
I'd use the external wastegate.
Yeah.
Like, rebuild it and then throw the external wastegate in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they are sending us a T70 turbo. We're going to do a comparison. I'm going to do a visual comparison between the three. I'm not getting super technical with it. I'm probably not going to completely disassemble all three of them and compare internal parts. I'll probably do, some weight measurements of the, probably not the inducer and the exducer, because you can look all that up, and I don't want to take all the covers and everything off of it, especially the old turbos. I'll probably do a 0 to 60 between all three to see the difference. Quarter mile, probably try to do a quarter mile. And then hopefully if we never get to the dyno, do a dyno.
Just 60 to 100. Like a rolling.
Yeah, we can do a 60 to 100 too. The dynos are mainly going to be on the RSM.
Yeah.
But
we don't have $100 of
well,
pop.
Max Speeding Rods wants to see a dyno.
Yeah.
Like a on a chassis dyno. So I'm at least going to have to do that one.
Well, Super Street says the RSM is pretty accurate, so.
Well, I think it was within 2%.
Yeah, so.
But at least I can use that same one for all three turbos, so at least they're all
the data will
at
be
that
consistent.
Yeah. So we can see the difference. Yes, the GT45 is not a real GT45.
No.
It's just the eBay special. But
None of them are, except for the CT26.
okay.
They're not going to watch this, so it's okay.
Well, I was going to send them a link to it.
Just kidding. It's real. I mean, yeah, they're real. They're physical.
Just, you killed it.
Sorry.
We had. This is the next thing going to be. We had it.
Don't sound
okay. Either way, I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Especially to see what it'll do.
Hopefully. So the T70 is in between the 35 and 45. Like it's as far as size.
I think it's a little bit bigger than a 35 on the cold side.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the hot side, it's going to be very similar. I'm probably wrong. I'd have to go and actually look at the specs of it. Compare it to the 35 because I don't remember anything about the 35.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll probably be pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could rebuild the 35 real quick. We could throw that in on the mix to see which is. But it's just time.
Yeah. They want it done quick.
Well, they want the comparison done. I think the size comparison and an install, which isn't going to affect the dyno or 0 to 60 or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, once I get everything set up for a T3, it will not be that hard to swap it. It'll be a lot easier than the CT26. That thing's a pain to install.
And it's on its way already, so.
Yeah, it should be here. If it's not here today, it'll be Monday.
That was quick.
It came from New Jersey. So either way, thank you to Max Speeding Rods for teaming up with the old SNR and giving us the turbo.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Our first, sponsor.
Well, we had the fog lights.
Oh, yeah. I don't even remember their name. Auxbeam.
They probably had one guy who was like, yeah, SNR's pretty sweet. And they heard that and they're like, nope, delete. Had this big box of cool parts we were going to send them. And now it's like, push them in the trash.
Yeah. All right.
It's been almost 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's everything that's everything I came up with last night. So
That's good. I don't have anything, so.
Yeah, I'm going to quit messing with it. So yeah, we'll do a video now.
Yes, today we find the G meter.
All right, if you need merch, is our website broken?
I don't think so.
I tried to get on it the other day and I couldn't bring it up. Maybe it was my phone. Since
I don't know. I haven't checked it.
It's in pretty bad shape.
What, the website or your phone?
My phone. Oh. It gets worse every day. So if you need merch, hit us up at sandrmotoring.com. If you want to ask us some questions, give some ideas, give us a sponsorship. You can also reach us at snrmotoring@gmail.com. And we have a YouTube channel. In case you didn't know, I mean, that's a newer thing, the YouTube channel. So it's kind of building some steam. Go check that out. But either way,
I guess it doesn't work.
thank you. Bye, folks.
See ya.